A $500 billion haircut, Elon Musk's plan to trim the fat from America's budget. Elon Musk, the man who dreams of sending people to Mars, has set his sights on a new frontier, the U.S. government. Brace yourselves, because Musk thinks he can revamp America with a cool $500 billion. His plan / government spending. A lot. Musk's vision isn't just about saving money, it's about shaking things up. He wants to make the government leaner, meaner, and more efficient. Think of it as a Silicon Valley makeover for Uncle Sam. Think sleek interfaces, minimalist offices, and maybe even a government-issued Tesla for every employee. Okay, maybe not the last one, but you get the idea. Musk's plan has sent shockwaves through Washington. Politicians are scrambling, bureaucrats are sweating, and everyone's asking the same question. Can Musk really pull this off? Or will his $500 billion plan go up in smoke like a SpaceX rocket launch gone wrong? The dog days of government. Can Musk's new department make Fido fetch better results? Musk's teamed up with Vivek Ramaswamy to create the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Yes, you heard that right. DOGE. It's supposed to be the muscle behind Musk's cost-cutting crusade. Their mission? To hunt down and eliminate wasteful spending. First on the chopping block, programs with expired congressional authorization. That means veterans' health care, opioid treatment, and housing assistance are all in the firing line. Critics worry that cutting funding to essential services will leave millions of Americans out in the cold. 5 days a week, back to the office blues for Uncle Sam's employees. Remember working from home? Yeah, Musk isn't a fan. One of his most controversial proposals is requiring all federal employees to return to the office 5 days a week. No more Zoom meetings in your pajamas, folks. It's back to the daily grind. Musk argues that remote work kills productivity and that nothing beats face-to-face interaction. But critics see it as a thinly veiled attempt to push out older, less tech-savvy employees and replace them with younger, cheaper workers. And the changes don't stop there. Musk also wants to make it easier to fire federal employees. He claims this will weed out the low performers and boost overall efficiency. But unions are up in arms, arguing that it will create a climate of fear and insecurity among government workers. Trump and Musk, a bromance forged in billion-dollar bills and Twitter feuds? What happens when you combine a tech mogul with a penchant for tweeting and a former president with a flair for the dramatic? You get the Trump-Musk alliance, a partnership that has sent tongues wagging and heads spinning. Trump, never one to miss an opportunity to grab the spotlight, has embraced Musk's plan with open arms. He sees it as a way to slash the size of government, reduce taxes, and stick it to the deep state. Musk, for his part, seems to relish the attention and the chance to wield influence on a grand scale. Their bromance was on full display at Trump's New Year's Eve bash at Mar-a-Lago, where Musk was the guest of honor. The two billionaires spent the evening schmoozing, strategizing, and no doubt dreaming up new ways to disrupt the status quo. Section 5. Dogmatic doubts. Critics say Musk's plan is all bark and no bite. Musk's plan has been met with a healthy dose of skepticism from economists, policy experts, and anyone who's ever had to navigate the labyrinthine bureaucracy of the federal government. Critics argue that Musk's cost-cutting targets are unrealistic and that his proposed solutions are overly simplistic. They point out that many government programs are already stretched thin and that further cuts could have devastating consequences for vulnerable populations. Others question whether Musk's Silicon Valley mindset is a good fit for the messy world of government. They argue that running a tech company is vastly different from managing a complex bureaucracy with millions of employees and a responsibility to serve the needs of all Americans. Section 6. Is privatization the answer? Musk says yes, but will government become the new Twitter? Central to Musk's vision is the idea of privatization. He believes that the private sector is inherently more efficient than the government and that many government functions could be better handled by private companies. While privatization has its proponents, critics worry that it will lead to higher costs, lower quality services, and less accountability. They point to the disastrous privatization of prisons, for-profit colleges, and other industries as cautionary tales. Musk's critics also worry about the increasing influence of corporations and billionaires like himself in government. They argue that democracy is best served when power rests in the hands of the people, not a select few. Section 7. The price of efficiency. Will essential services get lost in the cost-cutting frenzy? One of the biggest concerns about Musk's plan is the potential impact on essential services. From healthcare and education to infrastructure and environmental protection, the government plays a vital role in ensuring the well-being of all Americans. Critics worry that Musk's laser-like focus on efficiency will lead to cuts in vital programs, leaving millions of Americans without access to the services they need. They argue that efficiency should not come at the expense of effectiveness or equity. The debate over Musk's plan highlights a fundamental tension at the heart of American democracy, the balance between efficiency and social responsibility. While everyone agrees that the government should be run efficiently, there's no consensus on how to achieve that goal without sacrificing the needs of the most vulnerable. Section 8. The future of government. Leaner, meaner, and run by algorithms. Musk's audacious plan to revamp America has sparked a national conversation about the role of government in the 21st century. His vision of a smaller, more efficient government driven by data and technology is both tantalizing and terrifying. While Musk's critics may scoff at his ideas, there's no denying that he's tapped into a deep-seated desire for change. In an era of political gridlock and bureaucratic inertia, many Americans are hungry for a leader who promises to shake things up and get things done. Whether Musk's plan succeeds or fails, it has forced us to confront some uncomfortable truths about the state of our government. As technology continues to evolve at a dizzying pace, the question of how we govern ourselves in the digital age will only become more urgent.